Trieste, since the Yugoslav wars in the 90s, has been a destination for migrants and asylum seekers entering Western Europe. According to local non-profits, it has a well-developed system for housing them and dealing with their needs, but since the summer, the city has struggled. Gianfranco Schiavone, president of Consorzio Italiano di Solidarietà, or CIS, one such organisation, says the city used to run out of housing for new arrivals.
For 1 day, 2 days, some days, not more. But in the last summer, this happened for several weeks. And so the situation is completely crazy. And even in the winter, the situation now is difficult.
Sanam Sinwari arrived in Trieste a month ago from Afghanistan. After spending all his money trying to get a boat from Turkey to Greece to enter Western Europe, he opted for the Balkan route. On his way, he swam through rivers in Croatia and faced beatings from police in Bulgaria. His possessions seized.
I was an army soldier. After Kabul fell, the economic conditions were a disaster in Afghanistan. So I decided to leave, because my life was at risk and there was no economic opportunity. Italian people are really hospitable, but the system is not working. We are restricted to sleeping on the street outside.
Along with around 100 other migrants, he sleeps rough in this abandoned warehouse.
I fortunately get a shelter for 3 nights. However, if there is a vulnerable person that's a priority case, they give the shelter to them.
Ismail Swati, a volunteer for CIS, says when the warehouse...
Sleeping 20, 25, 30 people was considered even in emergency. But from mid of July, I see, acceleration in the numbers. Even 300 people I see they were sleeping in the...
According to Frontex, the EU's border agency, more people like Sinwari are opting to take the Balkan route into Europe than any other. The overland Balkan route has overtaken the central Mediterranean sea route from Libya to Italy as the most popular. Carmine Conte of the Brussels-based migration policy group says,
one of these is that there's a lack of legal pathways to safely reach Europe. And also the other problem is that the Mediterranean is becoming very risky. Countries like Italy and Greece are adopting very restrictive policies.
Pushback tactics where coastguards from Italy and Greece often use methods illegal under EU law to deter migrant boats from coming ashore have been well documented. In Italy, migrants have even been prevented from disembarking from rescue boats. Asked if the fact that more people are taking the Balkan route shows migrants are not being deterred by the actions of countries like Italy and Greece, Goran Buldioski of the non-profit US-based Open Society Foundations responded,
absolutely. I mean, it's because of their hardship, which I think has been documented, illustrated, but also it's because in my opinion, of a failed policy of deterrence.
Buldioski added that more sensible policies that ensure the safety of migrants need to be implemented by European countries. As for Sinwari, he hopes to get off the streets and claim asylum as soon as possible. He says his family in Afghanistan is depending on him. Henry Wilkins for VOANews, Trieste, Italy.